Texas. Set for football now at AT&T Stadium. Brandon Aubrey has the honors, and we are underway here in Arlington. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off of play action, Tagovailoa rolling to his right. That caught by Tremble. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Here's 2nd and 3. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Tua going to throw. Catch made right side by Wilson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles are going to blow the play dead. Since it was 4th down, a fumble cannot be advanced by another player, but fortunately, they will have enough to keep the first down. Out to the right here to Wilson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play, not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Tua's going to change things up. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on second down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
A very lengthy opening drive as this will be play number 12 coming on 3rd and goal. He's got McBride here over the middle. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. Pushing his way through. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, look at the juke. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. As they've got it as we resume action. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And he is going to lose yardage here. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people say, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Let's go now.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. He'll look to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM that always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
There's Trimble, the tight end. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Tua. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
So you think it's not tough playing quarterback in the NFL? How about what we just saw there? The rush got home on 3rd down. He had to stand in there and take the shot as he released it. Throws on target, though, and it's good enough to keep the drive moving.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. 21G. In motion right is Wilson. Tua sets up to pass it. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he will be out of bounds with a first down as they will have a 1st and goal on the other side of the 2-minute warning. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take to the right side and intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements. That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
3rd and 3. In motion goes the tight end. Looking to pass. Tua. That is caught. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Tua now, 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr. as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Lets one go downfield for Pierce. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. (17-3) the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Ready, guys? Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. 20 TX.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I ain't going to scan downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Here's 2nd and 10. 2 and a throw again. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
Flush to his right. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That's good for 28 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey McBride from 19 yards away. And the Cardinals go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. But a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago. And looking right side, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. Down the left sideline. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion.
Ready, 2 stinger. Ready.
Tua going to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
And a completion to Wilson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30, up to the 33. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
4 yards to pick up, 1st down. They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Able to shake him off. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. 2nd and 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They'll drop to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Buying time to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll set up to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cardinals are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big 4th quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Gonna throw. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you should...
The big fella! And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. 52 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one on to the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
On 2nd and goal, here's an option play left. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. 3 straight runs now, and that defense is held.
Yeah, we often talk about how the low man wins, right? Who wins leverage at the line of scrimmage? But it's not just that leverage. It's leverage with power. Who takes the line of scrimmage and moves it one way or the other? Right now, I can imagine the defense yelling at the offense, hey, guys, if I were you, I'd kick it. You're not getting in.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. And he is caught by Lamb. Escapes the defender. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Yeah, he's got it. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Second and goal from the 1.
Let's go.
Pierce will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Go ahead.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Ready.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And they'll indeed take a knee.
All right, come on.
Down to an goes Tua, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Arizona, they'll wrap up on a high note, but will still finish 3 games below 500 at 7-10. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house as they'll get the week off and get set to host a divisional round game in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.